So right now, it's time for a round of tweets. All right, 5 minutes on the clock, and as soon as that expires, or as soon as the first tweet goes up, that will get going. Let's do it. Hit it. Yes. Okay. Hi, L. Thomas News. What was the biggest upset of the weekend? Ngannou's win over Blades or Ibar's? Oh, God. Jesus Christ. 3-0 over Real Madrid. Cheers from Brazil. Hey, can you hold that tweet so I can block him later? Thank you. Next. So, Tito took the series 1-2, only feeling that we get a fourth match now. How much are you looking forward to that after such an epic trilogy, Luke? I'm not. I think they should be done. And Tito even said they're done. Now, Tito says that he's been done a number of times, but I really think it's true now. So, I don't need to see it. I think that's enough at this point. Next. What grade would you give Golden Boy's first MMA show? Good question. Wow. Man. That's a tough question. I'm trying not to stall here, but a C, a passing grade. I give him a passing grade. They did a lot of things right, did a lot of things wrong, but general C. The issue with Chuck is that he deserved at least an opportunity to show what was there. And now that you've seen it, now you have much more difficult questions to ask. And Tito's retiring too, apparently. So I'm not as horrified by the booking as I am a potential rebooking. So for that sense, in that way, I'm not going to dock him. But yeah, C. Next. Why are people surprised that Liddell looked a shell of his former self when that's all anyone was talking about in the buildup? Right, so here's the deal with that. It's a fine question, but the answer is pretty simple, right? It's because a lot of times folks have been buried, and then they come back and show you that that burial was premature. Now, you had lots of reasons to think that that was not going to be the case with Chuck, the way in which his career had ended, the 10 years or whatever had been off. You had lots of, you had plenty of skeptical room in which to express yourself. But to the point, Golden Boy didn't go commission shopping. They went to California. Now, they may have done that for business reasons, but by hook or by crook, they ended up in a state with very, very good regulation. Consequently, because of that good regulation and because of the extra scrutiny put on fighters over 40 and the extra testing that they had to do, folks thought, okay, well, maybe there's something here. There was at least a little bit of curiosity about a potential comeback. But in the end, I think that the initial skepticism was warranted. But the idea is that, hey, look, they sold it to you. They passed some scrutiny, and they passed some tests. They passed some hurdles. And so folks were like, okay, let's give it one more try. I think certainly that's my position, or was prior to Saturday. Now it's like, okay, seen enough. Next. In the lead up to the fight, Chuck said if he couldn't beat Tito, then he shouldn't be there, but refused to say he was done after the fight. We'll see what happens. Right, well, some guys like... right when they have the end of their career, they're happy to call it. They know it. They're done. It's no problem. They're ready to go. And a lot of people think they are, and they change their minds. You know, Vinny Magalhaes once retired, and he came back, and he's looking great. People change their minds. So I think he just didn't want to make a decision on the spot. I wouldn't read too much more into it than that. But hopefully he comes to the appropriate conclusion. Next. Did you enjoy Tito's walkout music on Saturday night? I couldn't believe he came out to Limp Bizkit. No, is the answer. But on some ways, maybe that was the most appropriate music to come out to, given the original state of their rivalry. Next. Given the fact that Oscar could not even show up for the post-fight presser, what is your opinion on the future of Golden Boy MMA as a viable promotion? I think they were going to give it a shot, see if they can make some money off of it, and then Canelo signed that DAZN deal, which, by the way, isn't just for Canelo. It's for, like, I think 10 Golden Boy shows a year, and Oscar was like, yeah, I'll finish this out, but I don't think he's got any real long-term plans. Maybe if another opportunity arises between two people who fit the bill, he might, but I wouldn't count on it. Next. Should a commission or company/league have the ability to tell an athlete to retire, and how liable should they be if they use those fighters to make money? Should a commission or a company league have the ability to tell an athlete to retire? Commission, yes, and a company league does not have to employ their services. How liable should they be if they use those fighters to make money? It depends on the extent of the liability. Next. Fantasy matchup, Tito versus Anderson Silva. They're both 43. They should both retire, but if they did fight, who's your pick? I'm going to pick Tito. I think Tito's just a little bit fresher. He looked physically good. I'm going to go with him. One more. With the following fights on this weekend, Horn and Mundine, Tyson and Wilder, Bellator 210 and 211, UFC Fight Night, and the Ultimate Fighter finale, what bouts are the sleepers on this card are you looking forward to most? I've only paid attention to Tyson versus Wilder. Dude, I've not even looked at. Oh, I guess Kamaru Usman versus Rafael dos Anjos. I've not even looked at those other cards. I've not even looked at them. Couldn't tell you. Sorry. It's true. You got the buzzer only about 10 seconds late, boys.